Hey, how's it going? My name's Eddie Cotton, former Marine. I did a little over 7 years. I currently reside in Parker, South Dakota, middle of the Midwest. I was a MUX operator when I first enlisted, which essentially means I pushed data from site to site using towers, Mark 142 Whipple, point-to-point internet connectivity. My MOS fell off, became a radio operator. Aside from becoming a sergeant, never really took advantage of the communications field, never really took advantage of the certifications. No college degree, really nothing. Got my DD 214, had the whole world in front of me. Grass is always greener on the other side. Not necessarily, not for every veteran, not for most veterans. That Uncle Sam stops dropping money in your bank account, and you got to figure something else out. You got a family. You've got to get going. Became a mechanic. I went to Southeast Tech in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I got a diesel technology diploma. I thought that was my plan for 30, 40 years till retirement. Didn't love it. Didn't love it at all. I was really afraid. I wanted to get towards IT. It's a great career. There's so many paths. But I didn't know how to. And at the same time, I was working 10, 11 hours a day, didn't have a whole lot of time. I had a wife and kid, I was getting that overtime. So I had to figure something out. A little bit about Wilson Bautista. He was one of my OICs in Afghanistan with 6th Marine Regiment. A great guy, phenomenal guy. I was a Lance Corporal at the time. He was a lieutenant. I believe he came to our unit with a background in the Marine Corps band. He showed up, and you know what? For an officer to understand that enlisted, that gap between the enlisted side, the junior enlisted side, and officers, that wasn't him. He was about making people better. And quite honestly, other than learning that style of leadership from him, I didn't necessarily take any of the communications background from it. But at this point, I was a mechanic for 6-7 years, working outside every single day. Negative 30-degree temperatures on your hands and knees every day. Didn't love it. Wanted to do something. I hit up Wilson 7 years later, and we picked up fast. Like we both just got out of the Marine Corps, and we've been talking this whole time. He introduced me to his program. He is the founder of Cyber Ohana Project, and essentially what Cyber Ohana Project is a group of individuals, veterans that have backgrounds, instances like mine, maybe a little bit more than mine, of course, but just really looking for direction, looking for the next step. Completed his course roughly an hour a week for X amount of weeks. Aside from his course, you work with a great lady named Yvette. She starts your resume. I submitted her basically a blank resume because nothing on my resume had anything to do with communications other than the fact that, or cyber or IT, because I was a radio operator. And if you're not sure, a radio operator picks up a radio, sends and transmits a message, puts it down, and it's radio watch. Otherwise, whatever you pick up, whatever other billets you pick up, it's up to the Uncle Sam, up to the United States Marine Corps. After working with Wilson, after working with Yvette, I was interviewed ready to go. I had the confidence bestowed on me from Wilson, and at the same time, I had the knowledge, the questions, the stuff I needed for the interview from Yvette. And mind you, I live in a town of 1,000 people. South Dakota has 700,000 people in it. So I was really skeptical because I don't have any formal education in this field. I interviewed at main hospitals. I interviewed a couple telecommunications companies, and I got an opportunity. I'm now with a company that does majority of the Midwest transport telecommunications. We have fiber in the ground to the 7 states, including South Dakota. We work with the state of South Dakota. We do business-based internet, terabit internet. I'm an IT support specialist currently. I've been doing it about 9-10 months. I work with programs like CrowdStrike, Wireshark. I work with Manage Engine. I work with a vast amount of programs, stuff that I did not do 2-3 years ago, stuff that I had no idea existed a year ago. And I do help desks. I work on hardware, on video conferencing equipment. I support end users. I support corporate users. But anyway, I guess I just want to say how grateful I am to have had this opportunity from Cyber Ohana Project. I haven't decided what the next step is. Security Plus is, once you complete his course, you can get a voucher to Security Plus. But at the same time, you know what? I like to learn the foundational stuff. I don't want to just walk into a job and say I can do all this stuff, and that's just not me. So I love management. I think management's great. I think as a sergeant, a former sergeant, I think I can take care of people. I think I can lead people. But at the same time, got to have the background. So I'm working on the background. I like the idea of IT project management, a lot of security in that, a little bit of policy, a little bit of paperwork, but it's just a direction that I like. Definitely will pick up red and blue team skills along the way, but that's where I'm at. But again, I couldn't thank Wilson anymore. I couldn't thank Yvette anymore. The rest of the staff, some of the guys that we met with, some big people in cybersecurity. Am I in cybersecurity yet? Not exactly. Do functions of it? Absolutely. You know, I'm getting to that point. But a guy with no formal education, I have my A+ certification now. I'm happy. My family's happy, and I come home every day and I'm proud of what I do. I'm proud of the steps that I had to take, and I'm proud of the work that I am able to provide for end users at work. So again, Eddie Cotton, have a great night.